Hey guys, it's Julie, the Penny Saving Mama. I just wanted to touch base with you today. Yeah, I know I'm not matching. I look rough. I've been under the weather, and that's just how it is. I've been under the weather for a couple days. Just wanted to go over with you kind of what I'm doing for dinner tonight and my plans for the next few days. These could change. They've already changed 2 or 3 times since yesterday, but it's going to show you what we're eating, but also, did you steal a cherry? the Not just what we're eating, but kind of how I process things, and a lot of times it's just the situation on why I get stuff done. But please, no more until dinner, okay? Those would be just a few minutes, okay? Cherries are a special treat in the house, and we have some cherries for dinner. So, okay. Yesterday, I said I was going to make a salad for dinner. I did not. Even though I bought 6 more cans of soup, and we already had a few cans, so I think we have like 10 cans now, I decided to make homemade chicken noodle soup. So I had homemade chicken noodle soup. The daughter got to pick what noodles were used. Were they good? Good, thumbs up. So this is leftover chicken noodle soup. We have another bowl back here in case we need it. We had it, my daughter and I had it for dinner last night. We had it as a family today for lunch, and we're going to have it for dinner. My husband went to Costco today, and I've told you guys before, sometimes he'll go to Costco and he will get some items, and this is just an example. I don't include this in my budget because a lot of the stuff is not stuff we, quote, need. And the challenge of the budget is just so if anything were to happen, oh, thank you for the hug. If anything were to happen and we had a major loss or a loss of income or something, that I could feed our family on minimal. So I don't include the stuff that he puts in there. He used to go to Costco every other week. Now he may go once a month, once every 2 months, something like that, unless it's for like cases of water for softball or baseball or something like that. So I'm just going to show you what he got at Costco, even though we had some soup, even though I bought more soup, even though I made homemade soup last night. He got soup. We got chicken and dumplings and chicken pot pie. We're testing these out because he thought it would be good to test out. A good price, and so we'll see. Now we have so much chicken pot pie and chicken and dumpling soup because a lot of what we have in our pantry is that same kind. It's not even one of my favorites. I just buy what's the cheapest, right? And he also got this salad dressing that was on sale. He also got Cheerios. They must have been on sale because I just bought the toasted oats from Aldi yesterday. We have a full jar of peanut butter and a partial thing of peanut butter that this was on sale, and he knows we'll use it. So he got the peanut butter and he got K-Cups. So this is what he got. He also got some bread. Cannot forget the bread. He likes the good bread for PB&J. And now we have lots of peanut butter for PB&J. So let me see if I can get this out. He got the artesian loaves from Costco. Even though we have sandwich bread, that's still good. We got partial of 2 loaves left. So now we have peanut butter running out our ears, and we have soup running out our ears. So what I was going to do is, what are you doing, baby? You can get a butter knife and get it out, or that. Trying to get a vitamin that was stuck. I want a gummy vitamin. So then I went out to our barn because I've been saying I have a bag, I think, of chicken leg quarters out there from last year, and we need to use them. Well, I went out to the barn. We've been gone for almost 2 weeks, and I haven't been out there since I put the food in there, like the 10 pounds of ground meat and the sausage and the chicken wings, and then the bread from, they had all that excess bread at the Neighbors in Need, the outreach that we helped with before we left. Well, evidently I either put the bread in the wrong way or the meat in the wrong way, and the top of the freezer didn't seal quite right. Everything in the freezer is frozen except for the top 2 drawers on the door. And that was just like, clearance bread and hot dog buns and stuff like that. They were mushy, but on the outside was a sheet of ice. Not the not the flaky stuff that you can just like whisk away. No, it was like a sheet of ice on the outside, but the inside was soft. It was weird. So I threw all that away and I rearranged everything. So hopefully we're good on the seal. But even on the top shelf, everything was frozen, but it was solid sheets of ice. So I was having to break through the ice to move things around. So instead of looking for the chicken leg quarters, I brought in the 10 pounds of meat. It's not discolored. This is ice on the outside, solid ice. This is the one I bought last year. I know I bought it last year because the price was $21.99, $22. This year, the one I just bought was $37.99, $38, $16 difference in a year in 10 pounds. $16 difference. That is a lot. That shows inflation right there. I don't see the prices coming down. After I figure out what to do with this hamburger meat, I'll still have to process the one I just bought. Break it down into smaller bags or something, because as I was chiseling away at the iceberg that had formed in my freezer, I punctured the plastic on the outside. So I'm not worried about that today. I'll get to that when I can get to it. So I'm gonna thaw this 10 pounds out, separate it into 2-ish pound bags, and the first thing we will make with that is chili. So I went to my pantry. I'm probably gonna do this on Tuesday. So I have that in the sink, probably chili. We'll think about it. I'll get to the chili in a second. So I decided we're just gonna do leftover soup tonight. I made the salad tonight. We had those 2 bags of lettuce that were marked down 50%. I have 2 bell peppers, a yellow and a red, chopped up in there. It's 2 of the new ones. We have 2 old ones actually that have been there for 2 weeks that look great. They don't look as happy, but they would be good for cooking. I wouldn't just chop them up and eat them because the texture would be a little bit different because they are a little bit older, but it's fine. Fine to cook with. So I have red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper. I forgot tomatoes at the store. I forgot tomatoes and I forgot bananas. There is zucchini in here and there is carrots, and then I will chop up the avocado last and put it on top. So we have soup, we have salad, we have bread. Speaking of that bread from the outreach, this is one of the loaves. This is the only loaf I had. The other ones I got were like the pita bread and the artesian rolls. This is hard to do one-handed. Anyway, this is the rosemary parmesan cheese bread. Thought it would be nice with the salad or the soup or whatever anybody wants. And then I just did a plate of some cherries in the middle and grapes around the side. We got the grapes and the cherries yesterday. This is a lot of food. This is a lot of healthy food. I made this last night. Nothing I purchased yesterday went into the soup. Is all stuff that we had on hand. We had 2 quarts of veggie broth, and I ended up adding like another quart of water just to make more broth in it. I used like 4 celery stalks, and they were sad looking. I have 2 more bunches of celery in the fridge because I got them on sale a while back. But these were kind of, if you stood them up, they kind of leaned. They weren't bad. They were just soft, but still great to cook with. So I used like 4 celery stalks, 4 carrots, about a half a pack of that thick spaghetti noodles, and an onion, a big onion, and then a couple of cubes of the frozen basil, a couple of cubes of the frozen garlic, and some thyme and some dill and some salt and pepper and a partridge in a pear tree. Anyway, even with the veggies while I was cooking those, I cooked them in veggie broth. I did not use the extra oils and stuff. So this is, so overall, this is really healthy. I would have used whole wheat pasta if we had it, but we didn't have it. So homemade chicken noodle soup, the salad, the bread, and the fruit. very quick meal, very easy meal, which is great when you're not feeling the best. So working on the meat we'll have leftovers tomorrow, and then kids can have PB&J during the day. For this meat, I was talking about the chili. When I went to get my veggie bag out of the freezer for my ends and pieces, it was full, which means it's time to do veggie broth. So I've already dumped them into the crock pot with some water and just cook the crap out of it, and it'll be fine. I'm doing the chili on Tuesday instead of tomorrow, because if I can't deal with this in the morning, I can just keep it on keep warm all day and it'll be fine. But by tomorrow night, I can get them into jars in the fridge. Then on Tuesday, I can use the same crock pot. I have 2 crock pots. One of them I have not seen in 11 years because we don't have room in this house for it. It's stored in our barn. So Tuesday, tomorrow I'll get this separated and use part of it for the chili. I have frozen tomatoes in the barn I can use for chili. I was going to go ahead and start soaking kidney beans. Beans and I do not get along when it comes to cooking them all the way through, especially kidney beans. I have no kidney beans, so we're going to use what I have. And I have, let's see, part of a pack of cranberry beans. I have, these are either navy beans or Great Northern. I'm not sure which, but I have beans there. And then I found some small red beans I will put in there. So I'll get those soaking tonight so they can soak all day tomorrow. They should have no excuse not to be soft for putting it in the crock pot Tuesday morning. So Tuesday will be chili, tomorrow leftovers, and after that, I have no idea. Wednesday, we will eat at church. I did mention yesterday I'm going to try to do this month another month of just $20 a week for groceries, just enough for milk and some fresh fruit and veg for the kids, fruit and veg for all of us, milk for everyone. I don't really drink the milk, almond milk for me, but I will still be eating at church. I will just take that $15 out of another fund. But that tonight is easy for me and the family to not worry about dinner. We don't get home until late, so it just makes sense. Sometimes I will take my dinner. So we'll just see. Anyway, but dinner will be at church Wednesday. So it is now Sunday, and I have food through Wednesday. And then I'll have to figure out Thursday later in the week. I did also pull out some corn dogs from our freezer outside, so the kids can have PB&J tomorrow, or they can have corn dogs. And as you can see, these have been in there a while. Is there a date on them? No. I don't know if these are the ones I bought this summer. I think they are. So, yeah. Nothing hard, nothing spectacular, but I would say for an easy, quick, put together meal, this is really good. Lots of variety and really healthy. So yeah, there we are. I'm going to get this done so I can get some more laundry done so I can go to bed. You guys have a great night. God bless, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.